What's up? What's up? I'm George Mossey. It's the George Mossey Show. We're gonna talk the other way. Gina and I. We just watched the other way. I guess we're on episode 10, yo. I didn't realize we were that far along. We're on episode 10. We're gonna break down some of the stuff that happened in this episode. So Gina and finances tonight, which should be fun. It's always fun to discuss other people's finances because it's not our finances, so we can judge them for the things that they've done. Hi. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Sorry about earlier. What happened was like my Instagram, whenever I'd go join your live, I could hear like Christmas mystical music, and then I would leave Instagram and then try to join it, go back into it. It was playing the same dang music. So I'm like, no, I can't have that in the background. It's going to bother me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all good, all
That's
good.
that's why I had to like restart my phone and then this, yeah. So let's
Oh,
get started.
yeah. It technical stuff is always the worst. So I guess we're on episode 10. We're 10 episodes in, so we're like halfway done.
Yeah.
So Ginny and Submit, we're back. The Family Cafe grand opening event. We're gonna talk about that. We're also gonna talk about Patia's $20,000 of debt. We're gonna talk about Greta not wanting to have no kids. There's some stuff to talk about tonight. We didn't get any Manon and her boyfriend or her husband Anthony. They weren't on tonight, which was fine. I didn't miss them or anything. I was okay. But
There was
um,
Madeline. Madeline wasn't on, but he was on.
yeah, Luke was on with his best friend, and Madeline wasn't. So it was funny because I was waiting for Luke to beg her to take him back because every scene so far is him with flowers trying to get her to take him back. And I was like, man, this guy really doesn't know how to take a hint, right? Like, she does
No.
not want you. Like, it only takes like once or twice for somebody to tell me they don't want me for me to get the hint. And then I'm just going to be ready to be checked out. Like, I'm not chasing after you. Like, for
No.
real, I'm not. Like, if you throw a cake in my face or if I bring you flowers and you throw the flowers on the ground, we're good and done.
We have a problem. We have a
Right? Like,
problem.
we're good and done. I am not going to put myself through that. So his friend was asking some good questions tonight. He was like, what's so great about her that you want to continue, to be abused the way that you are? And it's like, no, he's not being physically abused. I do think he's being emotionally abused, because I feel like when every day of your life you're trying to win somebody over, that has to be exhausting, right?
But
Like,
look how old she is. She's acting like how I would be acting when I was her, like 19, 20 years old. She doesn't have the maturity level to conduct herself in the same mind frame as him right now, or women of his age.
well, that's true because, I mean, every day I was raised. My mom used to tell me, pick your battles. Everything can't be a war. Like, you have to decide what you want to fight about. And I feel like Madeline doesn't pick her battles. Everything is a war with her, and everything has to be relationship ending serious. And when you're in a long-term relationship or a marriage, everything can't be relationship ending, right? There's bumps and there's potholes and there's hurdles, but everything isn't, I don't want to be with you anymore, right? Like, because if that's directly where you go whenever something goes wrong, you never wanted to be with that person in the first place. You're right.
Exactly. She, rather than confronting the issue like head on, she actually just covers it up and is like, I don't want to deal with this. This is the best way that I know how to deal with this.
Yeah, she shuts down and pretends like she's not invested, but the fact that she's taken him back hundreds of times shows me she is invested. She just doesn't know how to emotionally
She's
admit that.
invested in the almighty dollar invested.
Well, he admitted tonight that he's bought her cars with an S. Did you catch that
Yes,
tonight?
with
He
an
didn't
S.
say
Houses,
with an S.
the,
Yeah.
the nail salon. Like, no wonder
I
you
didn't
broke.
know. I didn't know it was more than one car. I knew that he was paying her rent. And I think, at the end of the day, and this is going to sound really mean, but I think that Luke is used to paying for it. And I'm not saying like in that way, but like, how some men, they have to buy their love. If they want affection from a woman, they take them on dates, they give them things, they buy them purses, they do things for them. They don't know how to be in a relationship where you just mutually love each other. And I think Luke is incapable of being in a relationship where he feels that the woman just loves him because she loves him. He has to do things for her to earn love. And I don't know if it's like a personal trauma. Maybe he saw something growing up in his household where he saw that. But for some reason, he feels like love is earned and purchased. It can't be something that you just grow to love each other or do to each other. He always feels like, well, I have to do this so she loves me or she accepts me or she emotionally invested, financially divested. Ooh, I like that.
Ooh,
I
I
like
like
that.
that.
I think Luke is in need of some therapy. And like I said, I don't know how he got to this situation where this type of toxicity is a relationship. Even his best friend was like, explain to me what's so great about her that you want to continue with
His
her,
best friend
right?
was cute.
I think he's married though, is what,
Well, that's
right?
fine. He was just cute.
But the rumor was he cheated on his wife. That's what Madeline said. So maybe there's hope. There's
Hi,
hope.
Kim.
Hey, bestie. Hey, Kim. Luke's dad needs to get some sense. Also, Joda, speaking of Luke's dad, he's going to make an appearance on an upcoming episode. And he's going to chew out Madeline, which I think is great. I think somebody does need to put her in her place. I
They
mean, I
look like
think,
they had the same hairstyle, too. Like, I'm like, who's your stylist? Are they both the same?
I mean, I'm not going to lie, though, when they showed her getting ready for the wedding, she did look pretty. She did.
No, but when his dad was talking to her, I'm like, wait, who colored both of your hair? It looks exactly the same.
No, yeah, they did look the same. And I'm hoping that, I mean, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone because I was going to say I'm hoping that he wouldn't go through with it, but I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but my hopes are not going to be a
Granted.
wish. Right.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
There's
I'm
been
pretty
pictures
sure.
circulating if you want. Do as
Yeah,
you wish with the information we are telling you, but we're not going to spoil anything.
I'm not going to say it outright, but let's just say that Luke is not the sharpest tool in the shed. He's not going to make the most educated decision when it comes to marrying a woman that clearly hates him. Right? Like, I don't even think that she dislikes him. I think she hates him. And that's scary. Like, how did you end up with somebody that doesn't like you, hates you, despises you? And I remember on the one episode when he surprised her when he flew over there, he was like, are you happy to see me? And she was like, no. Because she was like, I'm happy to get Venmos and wire transfers and deposits and cash
PayPal.
and PayPals, but I am not happy
to see you.
Right. So I was like, see, that's enough for me to know we shouldn't be getting married. Because if me flying, well, he's not flying that far, it's just to Colombia, but it's far enough. An airplane ride is far enough. If I flew there and you're not happy to see me and you don't greet me warmly, then we shouldn't be together.
Oh no, then that calls for like an actual vacation. Be like, bye. I'm taking my $3,000 my daddy gave me, and I'm doing something with it, and I'm going to a resort. Bye.
So let's talk about this $2,699 couch. So Patia and Dylan went shopping for couches, but we didn't really see what they were going to buy. It turned into a financial consulting conversation about her finances. So I have a bunch of observations. Okay. So she's a stripper, right? And strippers get paid in cash, which there's no taxes involved. So Gina, I know strippers in real life, not like a lot of them. Like, I don't hang out. I'm not Jovi. I don't hang out with strippers, but I know strippers in real life. And I know that strippers have absolutely zero need for a credit card because they literally pay cash for everything. They buy furniture with cash. They pay their rent with cash. I know a stripper that purchased her truck with cash. Literally went in with a book bag, like a backpack full of cash, and purchased an entire vehicle. So what I'm confused is Patia like a Tuesday morning lunch rush?
Yes,
stripper?
George, she's 58 years old.
But I think that would be a novelty. Like, I feel like,
no,
how...
have you not... we need to re-educate yourself on when we do Friday's podcast with all the strippers, like the strip club reviews, and they don't like them all.
Well, you're right. They do say that. But there's a lot of guys that are into the mommy, grandma.
The MILFs?
Yeah.
By all means. But then you're not going to find a MILF in a strip club. You're going to find a MILF somewhere else, like at the gym.
I mean, you're probably right. You're probably right. Because I was like, if she's using credit cards in general, then she's probably not the best stripper at that point.
Exactly. That's
Because,
exactly what I said to your tweet. I'm like, okay, let's do the math. The math ain't mathing. Because
well, she also blames all of her debt on Dylan, which I think is interesting. She's like, oh, well, since our relationship didn't work out, I had to move and spend all this money on my credit card. And I was like, well, every time someone breaks up, we can't blame our ex for our credit card debt after
she
the
was
fact.
living beyond her means because then she started saying, well, like my maintenance, like my hair, my nails, my spray tans, those things cost a lot if I want to be in the entertainment industry. And I'm like, mm-hmm.
She's a stripper though. Like I feel like she should be making so much money stripping that she shouldn't have any debt. Like I don't know,
Obviously, she's not a good stripper if she has that much debt.
$20,000, and then okay, so her resolution was she wanted Dylan to sell one of his properties to pay off her debt, and that kind of blindsided me because I was like, so wait, he's been really good with his money and he's invested and he's done a good job. He's made a lot of money.
He's been
He's
flipping homes. He does
flipping
it.
homes. So it's his responsibility to eat the cost of your debt and pay it off. And then she was like, I feel like he wants me to suffer. And I was like, so wait, since when did paying your own bills equate to suffering? It's your bills, right? Like you ran them up.
Exactly. Like, I was just like, girl, you definitely need a reality check because he's acting like he's 58 and she's acting like she's 28.
Yeah, I get that. I noticed that. She definitely, and she's also acting like she's in the body of a 28-year-old. She's acting like a 28-year-old who knows that she's hot shit, and she knows that this
She
guy
isn't
doesn't.
hot shit if she's not. If she has $20,000 in debt and can't be a proper stripper. You need to put up your G string on the pole and you need to retire and
Well,
find a
see,
better job. Find a decent job that you can pay your bills.
see, that's another thing because a lot of people on Twitter tonight they were like, if she was a good stripper, she would have retired 20 years ago. Because apparently, because Cardi B used to be a stripper. When you're a really good stripper, you can retire in your 20s because you are
Exactly.
literally making $1,000 a night. When you're the main event stripper at your club, you can make $500 to $1,000 in 2 hours.
But clearly she isn't. She is the lunch rush
Yeah, she's the
stripper.
Tuesday. I call them Tuesday morning strippers, right? And it's at the strip club by the airport, and all you get are the layover people. That's when they put her on the pole, and apparently she's making $30-$40 a night, or not a night, a day. And because I can't imagine how you would run up 20 grand on credit cards when you're a stripper. Like I said,
Because let's think about it. If she's making $1,000, 1,000 a week, she'd be able to pay that off within 20 weeks.
true, that's true. Wait. Nikki said that's only 4,000 a card, so her credit isn't even that good. Yeah, you're right. I have one card
But
alone that has a $50,000
but
limit.
like? Why are these credit card companies giving her credit? Because they pull their credit file and they can see a whole bunch of R9s, which basically means that they defaulted on their payments.
No, that's true. That's true. I mean, so I have one more observation that I make. So I was like, why did she bring her debt with her to Australia? Wouldn't it have made more sense for her to file for bankruptcy before she left?
Well, here's the thing. It depends on when was the last time. If she filed for bankruptcy within like 4 years ago, she can't refile for bankruptcy. I
Oh,
sent you that picture on your Twitter. If she's
oh, so she,
filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy, let's say for instance, this is the one that I remember off the top of my head. She can only file in 8 years.
oh, that might be why. Because I was like, if you're leaving the country, you could leave your debt over there with you and file for bankruptcy. But again,
And it depends on what she owes exactly. Because if she owes the government can, like taxes and back taxes or whatever, the government can garnish whatever her
strippers
wages
don't
are.
pay taxes. They don't pay taxes.
You have to pay taxes. You're self-employed. You have to pay
No.
taxes.
How would the government know how many dollar bills they threw at you? How would they know, Gina? How? Like, there's no, like, IRS agent counting the 20s on the grunt. Like
The
they would never
IRS
know.
agent is there.
I guarantee you, if you were slick about it, you would never have to pay taxes because at the end of the night, who's gonna know how much you actually made stripping?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, obviously, if you don't file your taxes, it's basically, what are you going to declare? Zero? You have to declare something.
Oh yeah, you're right. You have to file every year. That's actually a red flag if you don't file. No,
Exactly.
you're
That's
right.
what I'm
You're right.
saying.
So you're right. So if she doesn't file, if that's a red flag, because they'll be like, so you just didn't make any money all year. You're right. So yeah, that's a red flag. So she would have, even if she lied and said she only made like $1,200 the whole year, you still would
Like
file.
what the minimum requirements are, like the minimum that you can put down on your tax form, right?
Oh,
But which I'm sure she makes because she is not a grade A stripper. She's a grade F stripper.
why hasn't she ever explored other like careers?
Avenues.
Yeah, like why hasn't she ever like tried a different career path? Because if if you're 58 years old, you've been a stripper since you were 28, and you're still in debt, maybe that's not the right career path. You know how people will work a job for 15 years and then all of a sudden wake up one day and go back to college and completely change their life? Like it never dawned on her, like, I've been a stripper 38, 45, for 30 years and I'm still broke. Like maybe being a stripper is not the career path that's going to get me where I want to go. But it never like clicked on her. And I think that she was under the impression that she was going to move into this man's house and he was going to be her sugar daddy.
Oh hell no!
I think
Like
that's what she
she
thought.
needs to go. She needs to go collect cans and start couponing because that's what's in it for her.
He gave her $1,000 budget for a couch. So Gina, is that good or bad? Because I think my
Well, it
couch
just
costs.
depends on like what you're looking for. I did say last week, George, watch. She's going to choose the most expensive sofa in the like.
It wasn't even a sectional. It was just a sofa. Because I was like
No.
$26.99. I was like, my sectional costs $14.99, and it can seat like 7 people.
Exactly. So, like, she chose the most expensive sofa in the store, and that's what I was going to tell you what was going to happen. I should be writing for TLC, honestly, because you can't make this shit up.
It sounds like they're getting a futon. Yeah, he's probably gonna get one of those futons.
A
So
sofa bed. A
yeah,
sofa
the
bed.
sofa
So
bed. And when he's tired of her spending, he's gonna send her to go sleep out in the living room. He's gonna be like, you can go sleep out there on your couch that you wanted so damn bad.
Exactly. Well, I was doing the math, so it's just like 3,000 you Australian dollars is like just like two grand US.
Yeah, but he would be spending Australian dollars, right?
Yeah, that is correct. But that's his money. She's not contributing anything.
Well, right. I think she kind of. Who was that guy who showed up with no money? Oh, you remember Lauren, the male Lauren, when he showed up and he had like how much money?
$10 in his
$10. She reminds me of Lauren. I think she showed up in Australia with like $24, and she was just like, "I'm here. Like, take care of me. I'm here." And he's just like, "Get a job, lady. Like, I am not dealing with you." I think he's honestly gonna have her get a job. Like, I think that's gonna be the storyline direction.
Well,
he's gonna
she
be like,
probably can't work in Australia, but she can see about
she can
getting
strip.
a job. She can see about getting a job like at a call center or whatnot. Like
Can't she strip? That's not like a legit job. Like, you don't need to have
well, in the next episode, he takes her to a strip club.
He's trying to get her to interview.
But that's high competition. Just because she probably has seniority at the one that she works at, she ain't gonna have no seniority here.
Maybe that's a bad thing. Maybe seniority's a bad thing at a strip club. So I was like, maybe she gets less prime time hours because of the seniority.
Well, not that. It's just because you're gonna put your prime time. You're gonna put your prime time girls on the prime time shifts.
But she is a novelty. Like, she's like a fetish. Because there are a lot of guys like that are into older women. So I feel like
she's gonna be on like Guinness Book of World Records for the oldest stripper stripping in Australia.
Possibly. I would have to look up.
She could get money from that. She can get money from that.
I'd have to look up and see who the oldest stripper is right now. But she's probably somewhere in the top 10 right? Because she's almost 60. I will say this: she's very pretty for her age.
No, she is. She's a very attractive older woman.
She is.
I'm not saying she isn't. But out of all honesty, you need to hang up that G-string. It's time for you to find a job and put on your big girl pants.
I mean, why doesn't she? You know how, I don't know if you ever watched the movie The Players Club, about the strip club. You know how every
Yeah.
strip club they have like an older lady and she's kind of like the mother.
Mother hen or
Yeah,
whatever.
and she takes care of the younger strippers. Why doesn't she do that? Like, she could work at the strip club, but like as like a manager, and she looks after the girls. Like, every strip club has that woman. She used to be a stripper, but now she's like working in the back office now because she aged
They
out. But
pass the torch.
yeah,
She
she
needs to
passed
pass
the
the
torch.
torch.
And
And give
she's
it
like
up.
in charge of, like, I don't know, whatever they do in the back office. I've never actually worked there. Like, whatever they're doing, she'll do that. But she's like the one that interviews the new girls, gets them started, make sure that, yeah, the den mother. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what it was on the Players Club. And it's her job to make sure that the girls are safe and don't get snatched in the parking lot. You know, it's her, that would be what she did. And maybe she could transition into getting a regular paycheck that way. Because I think if we leave it to her making tips, she's never going to be able to pay off that $20,000, right? She's never going to make that much money, and it's going to be really bad for her. And I feel bad, that she thinks that he's supposed to sell his property to pay off her debt.
Hell no, your debt is your debt. My income is my income.
Well,
He's worked hard for that. It's not like he's been slacking. He's been flipping houses and doing
yeah,
his own construction. This man
this
puts his
man,
blood, sweat, and tears into what he does.
this man's a stripper, a plumber, a house
A
flipper,
handyman.
a handyman, and a landlord. He
Yeah.
runs 5 different professions at once. So when I hear her complaining, like, oh, well, it's really hard out there, I was like, this man got 5 jobs. You barely have one. Don't talk about how hard it is out here, lady. You're not doing that much, right? You're not doing that much.
Exactly.
So, okay, so here's another thing that happened tonight. So Greta had a meeting, like a little dinner with Matthew's family and his mom, and she
It
didn't
was
actually.
a tea ceremony, like it was a tea brunch.
Well, yeah, it was very posh. It was very
Yeah,
posh. It was like a, you know, yeah,
tea,
tea,
tea.
and
Pinkies
you
out,
dressed
pinkies
really
out.
nice. If you were a guy, you would wear a jacket. It was really nice, and she ruined
It was a
that,
tea
by the way.
party. It was a tea party.
Well, a tea party, and she ruined it by talking about her childhood and how her stepmom threw away all her mom's Christmas ornaments, which was actually really sad. It
It
was
is
really
sad.
sad. That stepmom is like the evil. What was that lady from the Disney movie? The evil stepmother. Yeah, the evil stepmother.
Cinderella.
Cinderella. Yeah, it was that lady. She was evil. And that was horrible. But then she went and told his mom she didn't want kids before she told him. Now, see, my issue is relationship information should be within the relationship. So don't go tell the mom or the sister or the best friend before
Or
you
the
tell her.
grandma.
Right. I don't understand.
She bamboozled him because first she said she wanted kids, then she said now she's like backtracking. So he was led to believe before her arriving that they were wanting kids. He listed it. He's like, we had their names picked out, how we were going to raise them and everything. She gave him these false dreams and hopes.
Not only, he said that they even talked about what schools they would go to.
Yes.
So this girl,
talks. This girl's a snake.
She's a snake. She's a scammer. She's a catfish. So now I'm wondering if she's just moving in there because she wants to be a kept wife. Because the second she got there, she's like, I want.
Because all signs point to that. She left her cat. Never heard her mention the cat ever again. For the eggplant. The apartments he's showing her and the house that he's showing her, I knew right away she didn't want kids when he said, "Oh, this home will make us will be great to grow a family and with kids." And the look on her face was just like, I don't know about that. I knew from that facial expression. She was like going to what was it, the pedicure? I think it was. She's like, or a massage. I was like, I get these every week. No, bitch. You know what? You're gonna pay for this yourself. Like, I'm done. We're not doing this. Like, your
Well,
aspirations are different from mine. You need to get the fuck out of England.
the weird thing though is she sold herself as an independent lawyer who didn't need a guy and she was happy and everything. Yes, Maleficent. That's what I was trying to think of, Maleficent. And but when she got there, she definitely is coming across as like a Jasmine. She's just like, I just want to move into his house and collect money from him and just go get a massage every day while he's at work. And you know, it is kind of crazy because she seemed genuine at first. Like at first, I believed her. I believed her. She was like, "Oh, I'm giving up everything. I was a lawyer and I had everything that I needed, but I'm going to give this up for love." And you know, we really love each other. But I was like, "Nah, I think you're tricking this guy." Because remember, she kept saying he has a really good job. She kept emphasizing, "Oh, he has a really good job. He works in finance and blah blah blah." So she told him everything that he wanted to hear about kids and a family and a house and a white picket fence. And then when she moved in, she changed the story. She's like, "Well, I don't want to have kids and I don't want to start a family." And he's looking at her like, "Who the hell are you?" Because who
Exactly.
was I talking to this whole time?
Exactly. She played a 360 on him, and basically she said what he wanted to hear. So she did a reverse because an Uno reverse because usually it's the guy that says all that stuff that the girl
Yeah,
wants to hear. So,
that's true.
but
That's
he
true.
played the Uno reverse.
So I was gonna say that I thought they weren't together anymore, but I want to say we found their Instagrams. Remember, I think you or Shabuti found her Instagram,
I found that her Instagram.
and she was still over there, right?
Yeah, or she was like coming back, like she was still like in England or whatever.
Yeah, that's weird, right? Like that's a strange
Mhm.
vibe because
But just
I
because like she was still in England doesn't mean that she's still with him.
well, who's she living with? She don't know nobody over there.
She can figure it out on herself by herself. She left her cat. She can figure that out on her own.
Did she go back on that vegan dating app and found her another vegan?
Probably
Because I
found
was like,
another fucker.
who is she even there? Like I was very surprised when you told me she was still over there. I was like, I would have put $50 on it that she wasn't. So it caught me off guard. So let's talk about toilet water food, right?
Oh God! Oh
So
God!
and we are not talking about prison, guys. We're talking about an actual cafe, the Family Cafe, Submit and Jenny's brain creation, that sells coffee, burgers, and fries. And they bought
Sandwiches.
sandwiches, basically anything that you could get at an American restaurant, you could get it over there at the Family Cafe. And the vibe that I got was uh not salmonella. What do you get? Food poisoning. Food poisoning,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
basically the kitchen doesn't have a sink in it. So this raised a lot of concerns for me because you have to I've managed restaurants, I've worked in fast food and restaurants. I've done this. The one thing you have to do is clean dishes, clean pots, clean pan, clean, and
Clean
it all
water.
involves
Dishwasher, because that
yeah.
pressure from the dishwasher and that steam from the dishwasher, like a restaurant dishwasher, is going to take all those germs away.
Well, the idea that because he was like, oh well, the landlord said you can just take the water from the bathroom and bring it to the kitchen. I was like,
Hell no! That's connected to the toilet!
I'm gonna go ahead and say that they don't have a health department over there that does
Clearly they
inspections
don't.
because
Clearly.
that was pretty scary for me because I was like, I've never seen, and don't get me wrong, I know that water lines because I know people that build properties. I know that water lines, so the water line from the kitchen and the bathroom, it's the same pipe,
Yeah.
right? So I'm not going to act ignorant to the situation and think that the water in a bathroom comes from a different pipe than the water in the kitchen. It doesn't. That's not the thing. But the idea of going into a bathroom, which is not sanitary, to collect water, to bring
That's the
it into
thing.
the kitchen,
That's the
that's
thing.
the issue, right? And then he said that they were going to buy like the gallon jug water and they were just going to use it. And how is that okay? Because how
That's
long?
not cost effective. You need to put in a separate water line or a
But
tap.
isn't it the landlord's job to make the location suitable for what they're
Again, you don't
using
have
it for?
healthcare code violations.
I'm scared. I'm very scared of the food
Well,
and everything.
if we want to lose like 10 pounds, we'll just eat there and hopefully, we'll get food
Well,
poisoning.
yeah, we'll have food poisoning for a week and we won't eat anything. Like I'm
Exactly.
nervous and I'm also worried because they had a grand opening celebration and they passed out full sandwiches and meals for free. So okay, so Gina, I've been to a lot of grand openings for restaurants and stuff, and they do have like hors d'oeuvres,
Absolutely.
appetizers, and they let
Yeah.
you try things. So people will walk around and you can grab something off the tray. They might have small drinks, so you can try a drink. You don't feed the crowd, right? Like that's not the thing is so people can try the food so they can say, "Oh, I want to try it. I'll come back
Like,
and
I
buy."
think with the direction that they were, because they said it themselves, it's just like like food venue place after food after cafe, like it's all these little spots right next door to each other, right? So they have to basically one up all the competition that is around them, basically. And this is the best marketing idea they knew how, because what were you going to do? Because then that customer, if they like something from your spot, they're going to keep on coming back, right, for that
Yeah.
revenue,
That's true. That's true.
because they're
Well,
all in competition with each other, right?
but aren't you would think they're the only ones that are selling all American food, right? I've
No,
never.
because like you can have like different stuff and have like an Indian twist to it as well, right? So that's probably what they're doing. They're not just selling American food. I think they're selling American Indian type of food,
Oh, because I thought it was weird
like a
that they
twist to
were.
it, right? Because it didn't even look like a full lot, because they don't eat cow, so you can't have anything with cow in it. A lot of them don't eat pork. They're vegetarians, basically. So what are you going to do? Egg salad sandwich, cheese sandwich? Like, what are you
Wait,
going to do?
they don't eat meat?
I think like I think some eats Hindu and they don't eat meat. They're vegetarian.
Oh, hey Lori. That's weird. So selling burgers and fries when you're a vegetarian is kind of a weird
Well,
flex.
they probably will have vegan burgers, right? They have a lot of them in India, right? Or like,
Whoa. Also, in India, vegan restaurants would be more common than they would be here because they don't eat.
exactly, exactly.
Ah, okay. I mean,
But like,
I
I
want.
can totally see them making, like, if you've ever had paneer, it's like fried cheese, so good. Fried cheese, like a paneer sandwich, so good.
Oh, that is good. I mean,
Yeah, you're like, wait,
I
hold
want
on.
to see them. I just recently had fried cheese and it is good. So no, you're not wrong at all. It is good. So I want to talk about
Can
holy
we talk about
water.
the coffee machine? Because that coffee machine's not going to last with whatever water they're getting.
Oh, I didn't notice the coffee machine. I thought it was like an espresso maker.
It was
What
like
was?
a huge espresso machine. If you put like contaminated water in it or dirty water in it, that thing's going to clog up and it's going to be a huge bill. I don't know why they
Well,
couldn't just.
it didn't look like a commercial machine either. Because when
I don't know
you're
why they
making.
just didn't get an espresso machine, because like, or an espresso, whatever. I always say it wrong. An espresso machine,
Oh,
because
it's just an espresso.
with the buttons, because Jenny's just like, that's already too complicated for me. I'm like, Jenny, get an espresso machine, because
Well,
all you have to do is press buttons and
she
that's it.
was like,
Like, get
I
the
want to take
proper.
a class. And I was like, yeah, you don't have time for that. Y'all are open already. So
No, they should
yeah.
have gotten a pod machine with the buttons and then
But
with the
if
frother.
if pod
Easy.
machines are readily available over there, would you buy pod coffee if you could just make it at home anyway?
But you're at a coffee shop, right? You're at a restaurant, right? Or you're at a cafe, you're going to buy the coffee, right? If you're having something to eat with, like, what are you going to drink?
Yeah, but
Water?
if it was pod coffee, I probably
But
wouldn't buy it.
but the an espresso is good pod coffee. That's the thing.
Like if I was in a Starbucks and I saw them make my stuff with an espresso machine, I wouldn't buy it because I have
I
that at
love
home.
an espresso. I like
I have that
espresso
at
better
home.
than Starbucks.
Why would I pay them $9 for something that I can make at home?
No, true, right? But a lot of these just, they might not be able to afford an espresso machine with the pods, right? Because you have to buy the pods too, remember? It might
Yeah,
not
the
be
pods
available for
they're
all.
like $15 a sleeve. They're kind of expensive,
Exactly.
man. So yeah, you don't like pour coffee out. You reheat it and you drink it because it's kind of expensive. So
Exactly. So then, Jenny, I'm like, this is the easiest thing for you. Just get a freaking an
well,
espresso machine with the
it seems
pods.
like
Easy
Jenny has
peasy.
trouble with a lot. She doesn't cook, she doesn't clean, and we now know that she doesn't know how to make coffee. So what was Ginny doing before? I forget it. Like I know
I
she.
don't know. Wasn't she like cleaning Airbnbs or something like that?
I don't remember. Well, that would involve cleaning. So why was she not good
Yeah,
at cleaning?
I
So
don't know.
I don't
I
know.
don't
She's
know.
made it her whole life though, and I feel like she hasn't mastered a lot. So I was just like, Ginny, you gotta get something you're good
You
at,
got to
man.
get some aspirations in you, girl.
Yeah, and roll with it. Like if it's become a coffee connoisseur and roll with that. Like you gotta get it and stick with it. Also, holy water mixed with urine is what they were throwing. I'm sorry, cow urine. I forgot cow
Urine
urine.
was
Not human
considered
urine,
holy.
thank God. Cow urine. So they were throwing it
It's
around the
not
kitchen.
that big of a difference. Urine is urine.
Well, they were throwing it around the kitchen, but they were already cooking, so there could now be urine in the food. Because did you notice they were in the middle of cooking as he was throwing the stuff around the kitchen to bless the kitchen? And I get it. I know they worship cows, whatever. I'm not. That's not weird to me. It's the urine part. Because you remember
Yes.
when they moved into when Ginny and Submit moved into the parents' house, or no, when Ginny and Submit moved into their own house, they put urine all over the walls. Do you remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
That's that's weird. I'm
It's
sorry. It's just
ritual.
weird.
It's like very different rituals from what we are accustomed to,
I'm
right?
glad that we just use holy water because it's. I mean, not to be like sacrilegious, but it's just water. So it's not gonna stink. It's not gonna make me sick, right? Like I'm glad that when we do bless stuff, we don't. Can you imagine if you took your child to the church to get blessed and the priest started pouring urine on your child's head? Can you imagine? What? Like, I would be like, excuse me, sir, could you not pour urine on my child? Like, that's crazy. But I'm not knocking it. I know that this is their culture and everything. It's just, of all the things that they've adopted, it's the urine thing for me. Because
Yeah.
urine has such a strong odor and it's hard to get out. Like, if you have an animal and it pees on your carpet, you got to shampoo the whole room. Like, so the idea that they're just slashing it around like it's nothing. Can you imagine you walk into someone's house and all you smell is urine? Is because and they did it. They purposely threw it on the wall. Like that's
On the
wild.
walls.
I can't
But they're
imagine. But
accustomed to it. They're accustomed to it, right? So they're used to that smell.
well, we're not. I guarantee
No,
you, if we walk in there, the first thing we would smell is urine. Because I swear to God, I know if somebody has an animal, the second I walk into their house, the
I do too.
moment that they open the door, before my first foot steps in, I can smell it. And it's
Yeah.
not that they're dirty, it's not or anything like that.
No,
It's just it's there's a smell when
there's a
you have
certain
an
smell.
animal.
Yeah.
So when I feel like their house probably has a smell to it. And they don't even got no animals. It's just that they be sloshing urine on the walls every day. And
Yeah.
it's like and they can't even mop. Wait, Cinderly, why can't they mop? I have questions now. I didn't what does that mean? Why can't they
I
mop?
think she means like they can't mop it away or clean it away because it's sacrilegious, maybe
Oh, so
to
they have to
them.
let it dry into the floor and that's even worse. See, I would
Like, I don't know. That's my guess.
no water. Oh yeah, there's no water. No, yeah, that's true. There's no water in the cafe. So we're gonna watch how the cafe turns out. So we didn't get what's her name, Minone and
No.
Anthony and Chloe and that
Johnny.
guy Johnny. They weren't on. So apparently Johnny and Chloe are gonna get into a fight coming up soon. She's gonna find some earrings in Johnny's apartment that are not hers.
Surprise, surprise.
Well, that's what I said to you, Gina. I was like, this man is living his best life. He's banging random chicks that come to his job on a daily basis. Why would he want to settle down? He didn't.
I told you
He
he
did.
was going to be trouble even before he came onto our screens. I
I
warned
was
you.
hoping he was gonna be good and she was gonna be the problem because that would
I
have
think
made
they're
more sense.
both the problems. I think they're both each other's problems.
I mean, yeah, but if he's gonna be a whore, then but that's what I said to you, Gina. I was like, being a whore is more fun than being married. So why doesn't he just be a whore? If that's the lifestyle he's accustomed to, why would he
And
stop?
watch, it's going to be his sister's earrings or his niece's earrings or her earrings. Because remember, TLC is very good at planting shit. They did the same thing with the expired lip gloss inside of Gino's car.
I do remember that lip gloss. And I do remember her crash out. Do you remember the crash out afterwards?
Yes!
where she was like laying in the window crying.
Yes.
Like I do remember the crash out for the lip gloss. You know, it is a sneaky move. You know, that's what they said. If your best friend is in a relationship and you don't like his girlfriend, the next time you hang out, you get some lip gloss or an earring or any type of jewelry and drop it on between the seats of your best friend's car. And then the next time you see him, that girl broke up with him because she found it. And it's true. It's true. That seed of distrust is intolerable in relationships.
But
It's
no,
really,
like knowing Jasmine, it was her fucking lip gloss because it was so old. It looked old in the tube. It's your lip gloss, bitch.
well, Gino, I don't want to make this isn't gonna sound mean. Gino doesn't even like sleeping with people.
Yeah.
So what are the odds that he's going out of his way to cheat on a woman that he's not even sleeping with? Like, okay, so if he wanted to sleep with somebody, he could have slept with Jasmine. He didn't want to. So why would he put in any more effort to go find somebody else to sleep with? Because he doesn't even want to sleep with the
Exactly.
person. Right.
Like
And
that,
he's,
like that lip gloss was like clogged up and like just disgusting.
I mean, it
So
was clearly somebody's, but like he said, he worked, he's giving people rides. You know, who knows how it got in there. And at the end of the day, if anybody was cheating on anybody, I think we learned that it was Jasmine.
no shit.
Yeah, I
So,
think we
but
learned
the
that it was.
earrings are going to be very interesting because it's going to be production planted and blah 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 blah. We already know she's back in Massachusetts anyways, so I don't know where NDA is
Yeah,
coming to play with this because they're not relevant.
yeah, they're not relevant, and Johnny's back to his old pirating days, and Nikki's like, we still don't know who the lip gloss is for. I know it's like a mystery. You know what? We should do a category where we brainstorm and see if somebody we can figure out who the lip
Solve the
gloss.
mystery of the
Yeah,
lip
let's
gloss.
start let's open an investigation. Let's hit the streets, foot to the pavement, and let's see if we can figure out whose lip gloss that was. Because honestly, I do want to know whose lip gloss was it? Who was in Gino's car? Also, Gino got a new place. Did you notice? Off subject, but Gino's house is much nicer now. Did you see that?
No,
Did,
I didn't.
yeah, when he was making his charcuterie board on the show last night, his
I was
house.
just like barfing at the charcuterie.
He's
I was
no
paying attention
longer
to anything
he's
else.
no longer in the townhouse. He's
Well,
in
he's
this
moving on
really
up. He's
well.
moving on up with that TLC money.
He's done like 17 seasons, right?
Yeah,
So
he's moving on up.
and
And
did
I'm
you
done seeing
see
him on my TV. Sorry, Gino, I love you, but you gotta go.
and did you also see Jasmine's new house with the pool in the backyard? These people know what they're doing.
Yeah,
They know
we
what
call
they're
them
doing.
dummies.
They're doing season after season after season, and now she done bought her a nice ass house with a nice backyard with a pool. Looked like it had a hot tub. She's doing fine, and Gino's house was looking great. So they know what they're doing. They're stringing us along, and they're cashing in. And I'm,
Yeah,
I'm over it. I'm definitely over
I'm
it.
definitely over it. I'm definitely done being their cash cow. Well, they can be TLC, but I'm done. I'm done with them.
All right, we're gonna wrap. We'll be back for part two. No, you won't. You're gonna be out of town, right?
I will be out of town starting Thursday, and then I'm
Yeah.
not back until the 20th. And then I think you're gone
Yes, I leave right then.
Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, I'll be gone for like a week and a
So this is like, we're not going to see or talk to each other until the summer. This is going to be a
Oh,
first.
this is weird. Yeah, this is weird. Well, I hope that you have a good trip. I mean, you're not leaving right now, but I'm just saying on here, I hope you have a good trip. And it'll be fun when you get back because we'll have a lot to talk about and catch
Right?
up on.
Right. We'll be
So,
catching up regardless. Like, I'll probably be jet lagged while I'm in where I'm going and be like, what are these people up to? Let me see if I can join the Zoom.
well, you know me, I'm very accessible when I'm at the airport when I'm stuck. So
No, I just go to the lounge and start drinking.
well, I have pre-check, so I don't have to wait in the lines or anything, but I still have to wait and
It's an
then
international flight, so I'm just not even a transporter flight. So I'll be like in the lounge. I'm like, oh, mimosa? Why not? Let's go.
well, have a good time. And I think we're gonna do a podcast after this too. So if you guys
Yes,
are gonna
we
be
are. Yes, we are.
jumping on that,
Have a very happy, everybody have a very happy Veterans Day. If you know any veterans, give them a big hug. In Canada, we call it Remembrance Day. It's the same thing, right? We got to
Oh
be
yeah.
thankful for
Do y'all
everybody.
do you do it on the same day?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's why it's a holiday here.
cool, cool.
Yeah. So we got to give everybody those props, whether they're with us, among us, or they're not. So much love to them and
Yes.
respect to them,
Thank
regardless if they're in Canada and US or what, like either still out on the battlefield. We gotta give them some love.
much love. Thank you. We appreciate it. All right,
Uh,
guys. Have a good night. We'll talk to you soon.
have a good night.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.